Disclaimer, we're going to be talking about race results from the final round of the Downhill World Cup in Snowshoe, so if you've not seen it yet, go, away, leave. Good. You gone? Good. But you've already watched the live feed, so let's go. Coming into this final round, there were 5 things that seemed highly likely that were going to happen. In the junior women's category, Izabela Yankova, doing really well, she's on a roll, probably going to win the overall. In the junior men's category, Jackson Goldston, also on a roll, leading the series, probably going to win the overall. In the men's category, Thibaut Deprella, pretty healthy lead coming into America, also on a roll, probably going to win the overall. And in the women's category, Miriam Nicole, healthy lead, riding so good, probably going to win the overall. And also, Ben Cathro will qualify at both these rounds. 3 of these things did happen and 2 did not, which made it a very interesting race. So yeah, spoiler alert, the junior races did play out as expected, and yes, the tall Scotsman did qualify for both rounds, even though in the final he did get very tired on his race run and barely managed to hold on to his bike to the finish. But he did get to race both and is very happy about it. In the men's race, it was really exciting with so many dramatic things happening. From Reece Wilson snapping his chain down at the bottom while he was on a heater of a run, to Lucas Shaw getting a podium with a broken wrist, to Loris Vergier nearly dying about 16 times, and then all the way into Troy Brosnan almost finishing the season like he started with a win. But it was Loic Bruni who displayed his insane mental fortitude to deliver under the pressure, taking the win and winning the series. He is definitely Super Bruni. It's not a name, he is Super Bruni. It was the women's race that really captured my attention though. I'm rarely speechless when I'm watching people race bikes, but on Miriam Nicole's run, I genuinely had my head in my hands, just staring at the screen. Prior to Miriam Nicole's run, I was trying to figure out in my head who was going to get 2nd and 3rd in the series. Would it be Valley Hull? Would it be Marine Cabarrou? Would it be Camille Balanche? And then Miriam set out the start, ripped her foot out the pedal, and things started getting really interesting. And as she was coming down the hill, she was actually back on the splits on Valley. It's like, well, what's going on? She was tearing chunks out of these women earlier in the year. Was she riding too tight? Or maybe Valley just put down an absolute heater of a run, or maybe even both. Or maybe even she was just riding safe to try and guarantee a top 4 position so she could win the overall. Whatever she was doing, she made it down through all the gnarly rock sections, all the really hard parts to get right, the place that she crashed in the prior race, clean. The bike was in one piece, she was down to the pedaling section, she was home free. She got on the gas, flying down that straight, turned into that final section, ready to get a good result, win the overall, but BAM! What happened? She had it in the bag. What happened? First of all, thank you so much for providing such an exciting race season this year. You're riding so good, and it's a shame that it ended how it did. So thank you for that.
Thanks, you're welcome. I really appreciate it. You know, I'm just doing my best. If it's good for the fan and the crowd, it's good. I like it.
So on your run, unfortunate mistake on track. What, like from where you were, what happened?
I think I just didn't push that hard in the pedaling section or weeks, and I think my wheels was just like a millimeters not on the right side of the track, so there were some rocky slippery rocks and I just slide on it. Honestly I still don't understand what happens, and at the end of the race I was just like, I had no idea what was going on.
No, but it's cool to see at this point in your career you're still riding as best as you've ever done, and I'm excited for next year. Will you be coming in hot and fast?
Yeah, for sure. The good point is I'm 31 now. I honestly do love riding my bikes, but winter training are getting harder and harder, and finishing with a defeat like today helps for winter. Yeah.
Fire for the winter. Sick. Well, we'll see you next year.
Yeah, see you.
Cool. So to me it sounds like she was so focused on that sprint coming into the woods that she was just a little bit late on turning in and she got a little bit off that main line. And let me tell you, when you get off the main line, when it's dry and dusty like that, it's just dust and marbles, and that does not a good corner make, as I found out earlier in the week. And then to top it all off, the racer that everyone was hyping up at the start of this season, Valley Hall, who's going to just come in and just smash everyone from the get-go, who actually had the worst start to the season in her eyes that she could have possibly had, crashing at each round, getting results she wasn't happy with, then flips it all on its head, wins the last 2 rounds here, wins the overall, and leaves with a big smile on her face. Unreal ending. Good run?
You're so tall. Yeah, I mean, my run was pretty smooth, and then I had a kind of big mistake after the rock drop. I went like so much to the left over the big rocks, and I lost so much time there and speed. But yeah, I just tried to pedal as hard as possible and do the triple nice and the finish jump. So stoked.
Amazing. And so at the start of the year, things weren't going to plan. It was a little bit, you were having headaches, you were like, what is going on? Does this make up for it?
Actually, I never thought this would even happen. Like, I was like, okay, if I get the top 3 overall, that would be super sweet for my first year in Elite. But I never ever imagined that this would happen today.
Yo, it did, and it looks good in you.
Thank you.
Yo. And that is it for the year, 2021. Done. World Cup racing done. I actually got to race some. The racing was sick to watch. Hope you guys enjoyed watching all the Pinkbike content over the whole year. We will be back next year to do some more, and let's hope the racing's going to be as exciting, and let's hope I'll actually get to race some too, because I'd like to. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you've enjoyed the content over the year, you can do all those classic things. You can subscribe for next year, like the video if you appreciate what me and Kaysen have been doing at this round, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.